This is King Edward's Bay here. I'm stood on, and I'm stood below this natural spring, which is quite an interesting feature of this. We've got a lot of fresh water coming down here, which is very nice. Over there we've got this enormous lump of driftwood that's just got stuck here. Look at the size of this thing. That's a proper tree trunk. So I don't know when that arrived here. Now King Edward's Bay, it has if you look at paintings of it from the 19th century and before, there are not so much, there's not so much sand often here. Very rocky. There's a bit of sand, but it seems to me that there was a lot more sand accumulated here after the Tyne Improvement Commission dredged like 800 acres of sandbanks out the River Tyne in 1850. So the Tyne Improvement Commission, I mentioned that in one of my earlier videos, they just dredged the Tyne and made it a deep industrial river that was a straight river, and Armstrong could get his ships up and down from Elsing. So that spoil ground is still a spoil ground. The dredger goes out there, just past the anchorage there, and dumps the silt and the sand. So that kind of, I think when the piers were built, that changed the nature of how the sand moves up and down this whole coastline. And I think the introduction of the North Pier and all that sand being dumped out there, that made King Edward's Bay the blue flag beach that it kind of is today. It was also the place where the Vikings arrived. I mean, you think back to the old days when the Vikings would be marauding up these hills off their longboats. And it's seen a lot of history, this place. It's where I think it's called King Edward's Bay because King Edward mustered his ships here and his troops on this beach and before attacking Scotland and going on campaigns up in Scotland. So there's that. And the other thing is that those set of arches there and that roadway at the top there, that had to be completely built from scratch. It was built in 1923 and it took them nearly 10 years to build it after a landslip in 1914. It's from a seepage from a well called the Bank Well, and that constant seepage from this Bank Well just pulled away the whole hillside there, the whole bankside, and it took them a long time to repair that road. So you still have seepage from the well, you still have a lot of fresh water around here, and drip, drip, drip from that water means there's always problems on the surface of that road up there as well, so it constantly needs to be re-tarmacked. So here we are in King Edward's Bay, and just one other thing, around here you've got Jingle and Geordie's Cave, which I've mentioned a few times and I've written about quite extensively on my website. The famous smuggler Jingle and Geordie, whose legend abounds around here.